Well, I think this is going to be as good as it gets. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, good morning, good afternoon, and in some places, good evening to some of you. My name is Jim McCord, and I'd like to welcome you to SoftTech's demonstration of our V6 software engine. Joining me on this call are a number of SoftTech personnel from across the world, including my sales colleagues, both Ray Murgata and Bruce Breck. So just a few housekeeping notes. We are recording this demo, and this will be emailed to anybody who registered to attend within the next 24 hours of the event so that you can review at your leisure. Questions. There is a chat function obviously associated with Zoom. So if you have any questions, please submit them during the time frame via the chat function. We will try to get to as many of these as we possibly can. If we cannot, I promise that at some point after the demo, we will get answers to you. And then the final thing on housekeeping is feedback. This is not something that we typically do. So at the end of the webinar, you should receive a short survey, and we would absolutely appreciate your feedback on what else you might like to see in the future and how we can make improvements. It's the only way we're going to be able to get better. So SoftTech. So for those of you that know, SoftTech's been around for quite a long time, over 30 years. We are a global company headquartered in Auckland, New Zealand. We do business on 4 of 7 continents in 12 countries. We provide solutions to very small window and door manufacturers up to some of the biggest names in the industry. So we are scalable with the size of your business as you grow. We're a very diverse company. Currently, we have over 100 employees in 32 cities, in 12 countries that represent 28 nationalities. So we truly are a global company, having provided solutions all over the world. As far as who's speaking today, there's basically 2 of us that you'll hear quite a bit. My name is Jim McCord. I've been in the building materials industry since graduating from college. So just for those of you that know me well, and those of you that don't, I will be turning 50 this year. Little tear in my eye. I've always gravitated towards the fenestration side of the business, meaning I've always been involved with windows and doors. Prior to SoftTech, I worked for a manufacturer, such as many of you on the call do currently. So I am very familiar with window and door manufacturing, and came to SoftTech late last year and wanted a new challenge. And it's a wonderful, wonderful company. Also joining us is Murat Ali's. Murat?
Yeah, Murat Ali's, working with SoftTech with last 16 years. I'm solutions architect, providing solutions for our customers, prospects. Today, I'm going to present our flagship solution, V6. And at the end of the demo, I will be happy to answer your questions as well.
So what is SoftTech in a nutshell? What do we do? What do we do best? We like to think of it as 3 words. We are a design, estimation, and manufacturing software. And you'll come to hear that theme over and over and over as we spend the next hour together going through a demo. So what do we want to accomplish today? Again, with the theme being design, estimation, and manufacturer, we want to go a little bit further and deeper into what the V6 engine can do. So in addition to that portion, we want to show you a complete bill of materials. We want to show you the optimization function that resides within V6. We want to show you real-time drawings, shop drawings, fabrication drawings. And then obviously, what would be the end of that would be reporting functionality. So as you go through this demo, please try to keep those topics in mind and see how they might relate to your business. One other note that I want to make mention of is SoftTech in itself, V6, is an open system, a highly configurable system. One thing that we excel at is we can integrate with a number of third-party software. So it is very seamless for us to integrate with not only your ERP, but your CRM and your manufacturing. So as you go through and you pay attention to the demo, try to keep those things in the back of your mind and again, see how it might apply to your business. So on that note, let's go ahead and get started. All right, I'm going to stop sharing and I'll let you take over.
Sure. Jim, since audio is disabled, you can tell me if the screen is visible. All right.
Yeah.
So this is our flagship software V6, and today I will present some of the features, key features in V6, how we do the estimation, how we design windows and doors, and how we do the outputs out of V6, shop drawings. Before starting, I can say we can handle any type of frame product. It can be any type of windows, doors, curtain wall, storefront, unitized curtain wall. Even we do some railings for our customers. It's highly customized software with a lot of features in there. So I'm going to start with a new job here. And just call it webinar project. I will pick a customer from our database. So I created some customers in that database. You can see they are from different region in US mostly, and it can be contractor, dealer, or direct. I just picked one of those customers, and it will come with the actual address of that customer. I can pick a salesperson from here that will be within our organization who is doing that job. We can pick finish options, global finish options for our frames. If I go here, you will see V6 is supporting all type of finishes, anodized, clear, champagne, bronze, and then some Kynar finishes, all the powder coating options with the actual colors. And when you pick those finishes, it will affect your actual pricing as well, not only visually. So, and the same way, we can also pick a glass, and we have our own glass library with a different glass thickness. You can build your own library in V6. So I'm going to start with the actual sliding door here. It's like these macros are shortcuts to add quickly elevations. So I'm going to add an elevation here. So it's going to be a 4-panel elevation, the overall 135. And I want to put a screen. So this is the suggested configuration for that item. And I click OK. It's going to build dynamically that elevation. Yeah, so this is my elevation. You can see the price automatically calculated at quote time with the default options picked, and I can change those options. I can configure my door again with different, track types, different head track, different seal track, different style and top rail, and so on. So right now, this frame is a real 3D model. And if I do a cross section, we can see the output here with the screen, and you can see stacked tracks are there, and then we have caps closing that. And if I do vertical cross sections, you will see how they do work. Then I can show you the bill of material. So this is the list of all the extrusions used in that item. We have the length, cut angles, quantities, and also finish and part numbers. This is the vendor that I need to buy the profiles from. Then a list of components. We have just 3 test components here. with the actual quantities. And this cost and price we can hide if you don't want to show. And this is the glass. And you can see there's only one size of glass. And the reason is the system is set up to be automatically equal glass size. So even you change the width or height of the frame, the glass size will remain unique within all those panels. Now this is my elevation, and you can see this is the price being 5,986. If you do a change here and do 145, dynamically the model will update and the price will become over 6,000 now. And if I do a 3D view, you can see that actually this is the presentation of that. The actual profiles in there. Now, if I want to do a change on this, I can click this button and say the top rail, I want to move that one to make it a bit bigger. And I want to do the same thing for the fixed top rail, the bigger ones. If I click OK, you can see right now the picture updated. And we have the bigger top rails here. And actually, the price got updated slightly. The bill of material automatically updated. And also the 3D view, it will have now the bigger top rail here. You can see that in here.
So the important thing to note here, Murad, is anytime we make changes in real time, it's calculated and captured by the software engine to update in real time, correct?
Exactly. And now let me add we can put some volume to this. Let's say this quantity will be 15. I want to add another one. So I click this button. This time I will do a corner item. So let's say it's going to be 3 by 3 and 90-degree corner. 90 and maybe 100, a different size here. And I can put a screen again, maybe a slim screen this time. So this is my configuration. So I click OK. And this time it will be, and we can understand better, like it's 3D now because it will be the actual corner. So it will do a small model of that building, of that frame. If I show you that, the rotated view, this is what we have. And if I do a cut, you can see that. This is how things are coming together. And again, it's equal glass automatically in each faces. And if I show you the 3D view, you will see that the V6 engine is quite smart. It has a formula and drawing engine embedded together. So what it does here is actually it's saying, okay, we have a corner. The cap here needs to be mitered. So automatically it makes that miter. And in that, it only uses the cap on the area that we need. So the cap is stopping at that edge. So it's actually achieving a step cap. Normally, you would do a lot of manual work to achieve this, but everything in V6 on that database is automatic. So you get that, and also we can see a live cross section. If I move that up, we can see how things are coming together. That's a real model of that elevation. So that was just the 2 items, and I'm going to give a quantity 6 on this one. So this is a corner item. Now, if I add another one, and this time we'll add a bifold, you will see a different configurator for the bifold. All it asked was how many to the left and right again, but that was it. And again, it's equal panel. We have the overall width. Now, as an estimator, one thing important is that when you do when you do configure this one, you need to be making sure that it's a valid one. So we don't want to give our customer, a prospect, a quote which is not making sense. So, and which is not actually in engineering validation is not approved. So I'm going to change this size to be 165. So far it didn't fail. Let's make it 175. Yeah, now you can see there were some explanation mark here. And if I bring my mouse, it says the maximum allowed width is 40 inches, and actually my panel width is 42 inches. So it's not it's warning me that there is something wrong here. And we can have different user level access. We can tell that if you're a power user, you can override this, or you can assign to an engineer to check it and approve. There are multiple ways of proceeding after that point. But V6 will always mark that with that explanation mark. Also, we support critical errors where we say whoever is the user, they will not be allowed to proceed further. We don't because it's within the even not close margin on that size limitation. We can have maximum width, height, minimum width, height, weight, or even more complex validations can be achieved here.
So it's important to know we provide engineering validations on a number of areas, right? So weight could be wind load, could be a number of different things, size, width, height, and all those rules are given to us by the customer to input into V6. So again, the goal is to let you not build something that can't be completed in your factory.
Exactly. And this is 3x1 configuration, and easily you can go. And if I show you the cross section again, you can see this is how it looks like with the hardware. And if I go and change back that to 2+2, you will see that the elevation view updated, as well as the cross section here at the middle. So this is all dynamically done by the system.
Hey, Murat, we got our first question that's real pertinent. It says, if you have multiple product series that use the same configuration, how easy is it to change the complete product series either per line item or per complete order? So can you go back and...
Yeah, the way it will be done probably is you will have a system type. So here we have a series, MJ01A. So, and if you check that, it has some cut like this. So if I go back here and change this option type, so I'm gonna change that to B. So it automatically changed my head and seal track to B. And actually the detail here is changed, and it becomes a different profile there. So that can be achieved by just adding an attribute and making compatible, or you can use the native feature to actually completely keep the frame types separate, and then you just change the full product type from one to the other, and then the design will remain as it is, and only the bill of material will update. So there are multiple ways of achieving that within the system.
Awesome, thank you.
Sure. And if I go back to the bill of material, one thing we also support is if you have pictures for the hardware, you can add them, and they will show up here. So in the bill of material, in the outputs, we can see those pictures printed. As I shown, that is also possible to do with the extrusions. So that's the summary of like how we create a job in V6. We can see here the total cost. So that is 135,000 is the final price. We can set up our margins here. That model is cost plus markup. You can see 50%, 25% here. And accordingly, it is calculating based on this cost and overhead markup, the final price, okay? So now when you're happy with this job, you will just save this. And right now I didn't attach any status to this. So you can see in here, there's no status. Actually, I could say that this was just a new code and save it. And V6 supports that status. And when you integrate with a lot of software, actually, you could use those statuses to do some actions. So if I go here, you can see I have folders for all the new jobs. Anything's in revision, lost, order material, pre-production, in production. So you can see like a couple of different folders are there, and you can actually see what's going on within the factory, where is a particular job, is part of. And this, ideally, you need to integrate with an ERP system, and automatically those status are updated by the right people. So if I just open one of the jobs here, so this is an existing job, so it becomes an order. You can come here and change that to from new code to production, and just release the paperwork for the production. In this job, you can see I have one item here with 4 panels and 14 panels, and another one with 3 panels. Now I will show the optimization feature, and that's an important one. Right now, in all those profiles, we have a stock length edit, and typically it's 1, but to just show you like the power of V6, I added a bit more than 1. So if I open one of the extrusion resources, you can see in this one we have 120, 60, 98, 240, and 246 inches. So between 3 to 6 meter, basically different stock lengths are there. And what it will do is when I say optimize per standard length, it will pick the best length out of those to optimize. So it's just doing the optimization. And if I go to the bars, you can see for SLD A03, it suggested to use 20 piece of 160 inches. For this one, 9 bar with 256 and so on. So this will be helping you to reduce the wastage. But actually, our system supports custom length as well. So what it will do between 160 and 256 inches, between 3 to 6 meter. I'm just saying each and every 100 millimeter, 4 inch approximately. Check all the lengths and find the best length for each. So I click that optimize button. Now it's actually doing optimization with all the different lengths from 160 to 256. And for each profile, it will suggest the optimum length. You can see the wastage now are within the 1 to 3% range, including the unrecoverable waste as well from the salt thickness and the end trim at the end. So if I go to the list of bars, you can see I need to order 14 piece of 224, 9 piece of 256 from this profile. All of them has different bar lengths. So that's how we do the optimization. Now I save this job, and then I will print a code report out of this one. So here again, we have shortcuts to print reports. I click this button. So it is bringing this screen to print reports. So what I want to print is the code report. You can print multiple reports as well, and this is customizable. You can have as many category and as many reports as you like. So this is going to be a code report. I say print selected, and then it will print that report.
Sorry, Murad, I've been answering questions. We're getting a lot of questions. I've been able to handle
Yeah.
myself and not bother you. So
Sure. So this is here now. So this is our, this is like your company name will be here with some company picture. So this is the project title, code number. That can be any digit that is incremental number here. I started a fresh database, so that's a bit low. The customer, the sales rep who did the actual code, and the date of the code. Then I have list of all the elevations here with the finish, glass information, some weight information and area of that frame. You can see the elevation. Each of them, the unit price for quantity 1. And you can see the overall size for each frame. This is position 1, 2, and 3 on that job. And you can see the quantities and product types as well. Also, you can put as many options that you want to show to your customer. Here, I limited to 3 options to show, just whether there's a screen or not, and which system type I used as a subseries. Then the next page, we have just an email kind of page where we say we are talking about our company, how long it's in business, and what we do, and then next, this is actually after the introduction page. This is the actual submittal page. This is the price of that job, or the code number, the customer, and the date, and if they can sign it and send it back. So that's an example of that report. Now, another thing I will show is, before going to the fabrication part, is the sales statics. So this is just one example again, and we can have as many as we want. So actually, what I do here is not particularly for this job. I just say within all the jobs, just give me a account stats. So if I click this print button, it is again printing the report. It's ready. So you can see the stats here. So we have the top 5 states that we did sales, and maybe I did a bit bigger. So you can see the customer types for each those states, top 5 customers, and how much we sell them, and then top 5 salesmen, the salesperson who did the estimates. And this is live. So as you change, it will automatically update this list. So if I go here, for example, in this particular job, the customer is Steve Johnson, and the salesperson is Jerry. So you can see Jerry is in here, and so what I will do, and also in the customer, I have Steve Johnson not listed at all. So what I will do, I will increase a lot the quantities here to make quite a large job. So I'm gonna close this. And yeah, this this is in production, so you can see it's not allowing me to change. So what I will do is, let me just open one of this one. And I will make, sorry, let me create a new one. So calling test job. And I will just add one item on this. And this is escape doors. And the sales, this contact name and salesperson is me. Adding 5 panel. And I'm going to make the quantity 200 on this one. We wish that we have those type of jobs, of course. But
One little small note, just to mention while Murat's doing that, probably something you take for granted, is this system floats back and forth seamlessly between imperial and metric. So you can enter something in metric and it will display in imperial and vice versa. So for those that anybody living outside the United States that deals with metric, so
I print the select just the summary. So you can see suddenly I'm the biggest one in that list, and we have here again that escape doors is the biggest on because it was a quite large volume, and you can see the data updating live on that. So that was about this. Now, if I go back to the report outputs, so what I showed you was a print macro here to print the reports. This is what we call custom macro screen. So we could have your company logo here, a different design, and completely a different interface actually. So if I print another one, which is this button, you can see there's a different design. And this is a bit simpler. There's no graphic. You can pick what report you want to print and then get the list out of it. So just wanted to show you the difference between them. So if I just pick a job here, number 16, and say I want to print these reports, and you will see a different type of reports getting printed. This is the recap with all the elevations showing together. This is the cost analysis. This is the bar, paint bar list with all the bar quantities. And this is the ship loose report with the items that needs to be shipped together with the frames. And this is the complete bill of material with the cost if it is there. And I can show that in another system with the cost tag. And you can see the glass cost is added here. So that's from this different print button what I can print. I can also show you the shop drawing output. So here I click that. So what it's doing is it's actually creating a PDF output and DWG output in a folder. So you can see that. And when it's over, it will give us a message that it's done. Yeah, you can see, and the file name. And as a user, you can either send that PDF to your customer, or if you want to use it on the shop, you can use it. But also you have the DWG output that you can use and add more details to your shop drawing. So this is the elevation view with the options about this elevation. Then we have the list of extrusions, hardware and glass. You can see this is the list of extrusion, hardware, if I zoom, and the glass. And in the next page, we will see a horizontal cut. And in the next page, we will see a vertical cut. And again, this dynamically, as many cuts you have, it will show them all there. So that's an example of that. And then finally, I will show you the optimization output. And this will take like about a minute. So Jim, if you have anything, questions that you want to cover, you can cover now.
No, I mean, we've had some really good interactions. There's been a lot of questions I've tried to answer mostly on my own. One of them, I'm not sure. I don't know how we're running on time. I don't know if you could get to it today. I suggested something more intimate, but the question was, Murat, can V6 automatically configure performance requirements, thus substituting out BOMs to meet the performance requirements? So in essence, let's say you build something to meet a certain thermal property, but then you change the size, and then you need to still meet that same thermal property. Will V6 change out the pieces and parts, knowing that that thermal property is the most critical part, or a structural part, right? Maybe it needs to be a commercial rating, whatever it is. And my answer was yes. I don't know if we have time to demonstrate that today. That's all.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, the answer will be yes. And that will require some formula substitutions. And as per the parameters, we can do it. We can do based on yeah, any criteria. We can actually dynamically change the plots. So we have the report ready. So that's an optimization report actually showing the job name. So what we need to do is we have 12 bar from this profile. The bar length is 224 inches. The waist is 2.32%, and that's the length of the waist. And how I need to cut that 224? What I need to do, 6 pieces of 25.94 and 2 pieces of 31.59 inches. I need to cut with 90-degree angles. And also it tells in which position those are going. So we can actually see here their positions, and accordingly, know which piece goes where. We can also print labels, and with the barcodes, actually, we can have another report attached to this one, so you know exactly which piece goes to which frame, which elevation, and how you're gonna manufacture. So all that is available within the system. So I think that is including the initial part of this database. Also, we recently released another build, which is a 3.8 version. That's a newer version. It has a slight difference in the interface, and I would like to show you that we are continuously doing changes in our features and make it more user friendly. So I think it will be good to show you that database. So let me
Before we do that, can I ask one more thing?
Sure.
Can you produce a labor report and just talk briefly about how that's done? Because I had two different questions from two different people about that.
Labor report?
Yep.
Yeah, so I don't have a labor report on this database, so I'm going to open another one and I can show. This is our demo database. We didn't build labor on it. But yeah, I will show you that right after.
Basically, I had two questions in a row. It's like, hey, does it take into account labor? And the answer is absolutely yes. It gets very detailed into labor by when you provide us exactly how much time it takes to do every little function in producing a unit. So whether that's screwing in 4 screws in a door hinge, or how many times it takes to, or how much time it takes to make a cut on your aluminum. Anything that you can think of, we can apply a labor rate to.
Yeah, so I'm opening in my other screen another database just to show you that.
Now, what's interesting to note while Murat's doing this is where SoftTech is different is when he says he's opening up another database, that's where we are different from a lot of software manufacturers. The database is your database. You own the database, meaning that's why they're different. So you have the ability to make changes in real time, modifications, deletions, additions, subtractions, as you see fit on your database. We are there to help support you, and we are there to help make changes, but it is your database. It does not belong to us.
Exactly. So here you can see a door with a curtain wall. Door nested in a curtain wall. There's a different system. So in that, if I go to the bill of material and go to labor, you can see actually it's calculating the labor for each item. So we have, the machining, assembling, glazing clips, installation of the gaskets, hinges, mortise lock, cutting of the profiles, all the hours, minutes you can see here and with their actual areas. We have also our scheduling module that we can export that data and link with it to produce, to actually optimize and schedule the fabrication of this. And in the factory, you can have all your people added in that scheduling module, and they can check in and check out when they do the work. And actually, each of these labor can be associated with one worker in the factory to do the capacity planning on the scheduling part. So, but most importantly, this labor will be reflecting your cost, so that your price, final selling price for that job for your customer, it will be as accurate as possible. So now I will go back to that new version that I was talking about. So you can see the interface is quite different. It's a different look. What I will do, again, I will create a new code here. And I will pick a frame from the database. So this frame, for example, and this is, in this case, is a database, a casement window database that I can actually pick from a pre-configured item. So I'm just selecting that, and it is added in the list. So this is my awning fix. It's a casement system. If I do a cut, you can see how it looks. And it's quite different design. So you can see all the elevations with their thumbnail view here. We have different views, list view. And if I go back and actually select this, copy and paste, so I just created another elevation. And in this one, maybe you don't want awning. So it's very easy. So you click this one and a hopper. And also, like when I do the cut, this will dynamically update from open out to open in, and it's all updated. It's all live. And if you are happy with this elevation, actually what you can do is you can come back here and say that frame as a resource. So you can say that to the database with a particular, something like this, give a name, and say that to the database. So next time in a new job, or one of your colleagues, they do that, if they pick a frame, actually that new item also will be on the list. So that's easily you can build your own library with a lot of pre-configured frames as well. Now, another key features that I left it here specifically is our EMAR feature. This is quite important for fabrication. So you have two elevations here, and you can see this fixed part is same, but we have two different sashes here, and then we have another one almost identical. What I will do, I will change this to a different name. So you can see it automatically made these equal, but I don't want that. I want to keep as 30, this one. So now I will activate what I call EMAR generation. And if I go back to our elevations, so you can see V6 automatically assign numbers to each frames. So we have FX1. These fixed windows are identical ones. Then we have the awning 1. Go to the second one. I have another FX1 because exact same size and bill of material. I have two different hopper because they are not identical as per the size. and then I have another 2. So, and if I copy this and create another one and make that fixed window a different size, 33 inches. Now, if I calculate the bill of material, it will check all the items in that job and reassign the number FX2, because this is the second windows, fixed windows to be fabricated. So that is all dynamic. So that includes my presentation. Jim, am I on time? Or
Yeah, you've got about 5 minutes. I'd like to ask you to do one more thing. I'd love to show, can you show how that extends into the reports? Because I always felt like the earmarks were great when doing fabrication and having those FX1, HP5, even the glass sometimes. So can you show a report that shows those, how it's even broken down on the report?
Sure. So let me check that 1 second.
So the questions have been lively. So we got about 4 more minutes, and then we'll pull up a screen, and I'll have an email for contact, and we'll ask if anybody wants to ask any live questions. But I do want Murat to show that one last piece, if you wouldn't mind.
Sure. Just 1 second. Again, I'm on my other screen. And anything you ask, actually, we like those questions, and we want to do it live rather than say, yeah, it's possible, we can do it, but it's better to always show it like how we will do it. So that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, so what I did here, I picked an optimization report out of a system. And you can see this is metric now. So people who join from a metric region, they will be liking, I guess. So I have one piece of 2057.5. That one has a E-mark for the actual piece of profile. As per the machining, the unique length, every profile which has the same length, same part number, cut angle, and machining, they will have unique E-mark. So this is what you see here. This one is going to position 1 on that elevation, and it's going to DR1, door 1. So this is a bit more complex. You can see I have 2 same profile size, but one of them is going to DR2 and the other is going to DR1. So that way you can actually put pieces together and know that which extrusion needs to go in which assembly area to do the panels, doors, windows, all that items. So that's and again, this is a report output for the optimization, which is quite different than the first one I showed, because all those reports are again customizable with your wishes.
No, this is helpful. This is what I wanted to see. It really demonstrates the waste, and it shows the earmarks on what was made per order, where it needs to go, and why you cut what you did. So on that, I think we're going to end the demo, Murat. If you'll relinquish control, I'm going to pull up a different screen on the I'm gonna pull up the last page of the PowerPoint. And
Sure. So just verbally, I will talk about a few things because we didn't cover. Normally, I can do a live demo to people who are interested, a more private demo. Even, V6 is such a huge software that we can do even 4 or 5 hours demo, and there will be still things to show you. So it's just in that little allocated time, we wanted to show as much as possible without giving you too much information. And we can do curtain walls, unitize, stick. We can input wireframe shapes, and also we can export data as 3D. Those are some of the features that we have, and we can tackle them in another presentation if you want. Okay, so I can stop sharing.
fantastic. Let me see. Been a while since I've done this. Share screen. And I need to do. Okay. So with that, first and foremost, on behalf of SoftTech and our parent company, CompuSoft, we want to thank you for attending today. Obviously, it's an hour out of everybody's day, right in the middle of the day. For some of you, for most of you, this is a busy time of year, so we can't thank you enough. Before we get to last few questions, real quick, my name is Jim McCord. Please write that email down. I have 2 colleagues, so any information that you send me, I will distribute them to whoever it appropriately it goes to. It's either going to be myself, Bruce Preck, or Ray Morgatis. So if you have any questions, please write my email address down and make sure you send me those questions. As long as we have your email address, everybody will receive this demonstration as a link. So if you don't feel we have your email address, maybe you forgot to register, maybe you just got the Zoom link at the end, please email me your email address. A couple of you already have, and so I have that. So please remember to do that. And then finally, we'll end with any questions from the group on maybe something that you didn't see that you want to see further. I know one of you gentlemen asked about a dealer module. So yes, we have a dealer module. I talked in the beginning about being able to scale your business as you grow, right? You start off with design and estimation, and then as you grow, you can scale your business. We have other modules. So we have a dealer module. We have an automation module. An automation module is what allows V6 to talk to your CNC machines and your saws. We have cloud hosting. If you don't want to host it on your own server, we have a cloud hosting available. We have something like a deployment platform, which allows you to share updates with your fabricator network. We have a scheduling module, which allows you to put your employees and your labor at the right machines at the right time to maximize production. So with that, I'll stop. Hopefully that will lead to some bigger discussions, but does anybody have any questions?
And Jim, I just checked a couple of questions.
Yep.
So I can quickly answer them briefly. One question was like the glass size. If it is overweight, can we have a warning? Yes, we can. We have also very complex validation rules for glass as well. We can do that. We can set defaults for quotes, default finished glass, or some default options. And on the fly, you can select 7 line item and say change finish for all of them, change glass for all 5, and do a global update, and also create a templates out of it. So it's quite, we have a lot of features there as well.
Any other questions from anybody? Well, on that note, I have 11:59. I think we've nailed this as close as we possibly can. So with that, again, I will say thank you on behalf of SoftTech, and again, on our parent company, CompuSoft. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. And then we plan to do more of these, but we're going to be more in depth. So this was a pretty broad and general overview. Look for these again on LinkedIn, but they're going to be more focused, maybe more focused in the area that you particularly play in. So on that note, everybody have a good day, have a good afternoon, and have a good evening. And thank you very much.
Thank you.